Alright guys, hello and welcome to part 33 of Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic. Gotta do some, gotta catch up on KOTOR a little bit here before I can go back to Dragon Quest 7.
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Probably shouldn't upgrade him. Yeah, these invisible wall bugs are really infuriating. Alright, let's I'm not a huge fan of putting in an emitter that reduces the damage of our weapon. Can we create emitters? I'm sure it has other benefits to make up for it, but total components. We would need repair skill to make that happen. And we don't have any right now. Disciple, you're a Jedi. We don't care about you anymore. It's basically, I got what I wanted out of you. I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Oh, hey. Can I ask you something?
Something wrong?
Your face. You have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace, but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you?
When one is in touch with the Force, others can feel it.
Oh, well, it shows. It's like you're hooked up to a power coupling. It's weird. I mean, not bad weird, just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and the Disciple... But it's just the Force.
Ooh. It's not that kind of glow, it's just the Force.
Got it. Just checking. Go ahead and ask.
Seem
All
restless.
this traveling, being trapped in the ship, everything's just too quiet.
Well, savor it while it
I'd rather
lasts.
be doing something, somewhere with people, activity, some life.
Like Nar Shaddaa?
It's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it.
How so?
Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity, aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. Like the hum of a hyperdrive. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it.
Maybe one day I'll be able
No
to show you.
thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar Shaddaa better than you ever will. Go.
You're raised
Look,
on Nar
before we get
Shaddaa?
into a...
Do you understand men?
Sure, they're easy. That's why I dress like this. When they're looking down to check you out, you can usually smash them on the base of the skull or deliver an uppercut that knocks them flat.
You make it sound easy.
It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, then while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
Sounds more like hunting.
What you want? Me? I love my targets. Go ahead.
We raised
Look,
on our
before we
shut
get
up. Whoops. I'm trying to
What,
get
you
to know
trying to
you a
be my
little
mother?
bit better, I
No,
guess.
thanks. Already had one. Somewhere.
Just thought you might need a friend.
No thanks. I didn't need friends on Nar Shaddaa, and I don't need them now. Go ahead.
Tell me a little about
Hanhar's
Hanhar.
only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. It's more vicious than that, and it runs a lot deeper. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break them, ruin them, and when they can't suffer anymore, he wants them dead. I didn't kill him once.
What happened between the
Biggest
two of you?
mistake ever.
What do you mean by that?
That's a long story. I don't want to get into it. Maybe some other time. Go ahead. I've
Why don't
killed
you
people
kill your
before,
targets?
but not if I don't have to.
Ooh, awareness option.
Oh, do I? Is that it? How you could ever possibly hope to understand is beyond me. Jedi don't have family. I know what happened at Malachor 5, and I know the Jedi didn't care about life there. Get away from me. The next time you come and ask me a question, I swear I'll shoot you in the head and dump you out the airlock.
That was actually a positive towards influence. Go figure.
What do you want now?
Let's apologize.
Whatever, don't worry about it. It's just a sore subject with me.
Sorry, you lost your
Yeah,
family
well,
at
they're
Malachor.
dead. That's how that story ends. But not everybody's story has to end with losing their family or their loved ones. And not all the bounty hunting I do is for criminals or killers.
What you mean?
There's a lot of lost people out there. Scattered ever since the Mandalorian Wars. And sometimes, it's like you can almost hear them. Like an echo, calling out for each other. And maybe, just maybe by finding them, I can start putting the galaxy back together. Maybe. We'll see. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But you're not getting anything else out of me.
Whoop.
Yeah, something wrong? Go ahead. I didn't kill him. Do you really want to hear this?
Sure.
Well, Hanhar and me go way back, in the worst possible way. He's from some forest planet on the Outer Rim where Zerka had set up one of their slaving operations.
Do you know the name of his homeworld?
I don't remember the name. Something with too many K's and Y's. Sounds like you're gargling Ronto spit when you say it.
You know what species he
No
is?
idea. He's just Hanhar. I hope there aren't any more like him. I get the impression he's not a good representative of his people, though. He's the equivalent of a mad calf hound among Rontos. Some of Voga the Hutt's men said Hanhar killed his own tribe, but those two crud thugs lie every time they open their mouths, so who knows?
So he was a slave.
Well, not for long. Once off planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all.
Why was he wearing those
I
cuffs?
don't know. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons.
Sounds like Zerka
Well,
deserved
before you
it.
get too teary-eyed, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies?
Weren't they destroyed?
Right. That's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous.
Who do you work with?
Anyone who paid credits. And sometimes he just hunted humans for sport. The ones who survived, he sold to the exchange, to the huts, to anyone who'd buy bodies, living or dead. He and Voga used to do big credit transactions. That hut really liked the look of unwrinkled humans for some reason. Didn't make him too popular with the other huts, let me tell you.
And how do you
I was
factor him?
prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since.
So he wants to capture you.
I don't pretend to understand it, but among his people, they have these codes of honor. But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got twisted. His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to you. Well,
Doesn't
with
sound too
Hanhar,
bad.
he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human, was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. It was like it pushed him over the edge.
What you mean?
A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant he had to kill me. And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something he couldn't stand.
Someone else saved his life when he tried to kill them.
Probably. But if he had multiple life debts, especially to humans, Hanhar would probably go mad. He was angry before, sure, but he'd be 10 times worse if that happened.
Worse.
Hanhar's tough. Really tough. And when he loses it, it's like nothing can stop him. I've seen him shrug off blaster bolts, Bothan stunners, and even survive a freighter crash on Dursan 3. He keeps coming.
A life debt makes no sense.
Tell me about it. Like I said, I get the impression a life debt's supposed to be a gift. But to Hanhar, it's more like a curse to both people involved.
Any
Oh, I'm
regrets?
glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my back every minute, wondering when he's gonna show up. And he always did. It's like he always knew where I was.
Chance he's still
Trust me,
alive.
if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we least expect it. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Hanhar never gives up on his prey. Or his life debts. He's a hunter. He's a natural predator.
Okay. So how'd you save his life?
As happens on Nar Shaddaa, I made someone mad. Mad enough for them to send Hanhar after me. Turns out they were even able to get him cheap. He'd heard about me and wanted to hunt me down, for sport. He didn't think I'd be much of a challenge.
What
Well,
happened?
they tried to box me down in vents beneath the Nar Shaddaa docks, and he'd set one too many proximity mines to cover the escape routes. I think he'd hoped to drive me into the mines and then let them do the work. Or that I'd be too scared to try and walk through them. Thing is, I knew Hanhar's supplier, and the trigger signatures for the mines. It was pretty easy to broadcast a signal to blind their sensor receptors for a minute or two. I figured that would buy me enough time to move through them and get away. No, it isn't. I spent most of my childhood hauling mines and munitions. Got to know my way around them. If I hadn't, I wouldn't be here right now. Like I said,
what
I disarmed
happened?
the trigger fuses for enough of the mines to get by, temporarily. And Hanhar was pretty fast on my trail. I just made it to safety when he hit the first one. The blast leveled the entire ventilation section, and Hanhar was caught right in the middle, and he survived. Barely.
Barely.
He was crawling around, blinded from the flash and the plasma burns. It had happened so fast. All the blood had been scabbed and crusted from the flash. I had the drop on him, and even blind, he knew it. He could still hear me. My ears were ringing from the blast, but I could hear him. I think he was begging me to let him live. His voice, it wasn't a roar, more like an echo of it. I suppose I should have killed him, but I couldn't do it. He was in pain, and he was helpless. So I dragged him out of there enough to get him to safety, and he kept hunting me ever since. He said he'd pursue me to the edge of the galaxy. No matter where I ran, he would find me and break me, that I would always be prey.
Sometimes it is stronger to spare a life than take it.
Maybe. I've thought about that moment. A lot. Wondered if I would do things differently if I had another chance. Talk. About what? Why, you trying to be my mother? No thanks. Go ahead. I've killed people before.
You seem to hold back when you're with me.
It's different. I don't know why.
You okay?
I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it. And I don't know when or why it became so easy. Go ahead. It's all this traveling, being trapped in the ship. Everything's just too quiet. I'd rather we... Yeah. Well, Nar Shaddaa, it's got a life to it, activity. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go. Maybe one day, I'll let you.
Alright, we can let her be a Jedi.
Alright, but I doubt you're gonna show me anything I don't already know. And when you show me, don't act like a tourist. It attracts predators. Go ahead and ask. Yeah, something wrong? Go ahead. Talk. Why, you trying to be... No. Sure, very easy. That's why I dress like... It's simple. Then... Call it. Go ahead. Yeah, more. Well, the war happened. It's what happens after the wars are over that you don't hear much about. I think so. After Revan crushed the Mandalorians, planets throughout the Republic were flooded with refugees. I was just one of the others. Me? I got passage to Nar Shaddaa. From there, not much you can do, so I became a bounty hunter. Take a guess, Jedi. Only 2 groups of people would have lost family at Malachor. And Jedi don't have families. As much as any slave becomes a Mandalorian. They took prisoners on every world they conquered to bolster their ranks. And they took a lot of worlds. When I was young, yeah. They mostly used me to carry ammo packs and munitions. Toward the end of the war, they needed everyone they could get. They taught me to fight, to hunt, to survive. I was part of their squad, even when I was young. Everyone served as part of the unit, and I felt like I had a place there. After Malachor, it really didn't matter anymore. The Mandalorians lost. Bad. But you know that. Should I be? Maybe I should ask you if you're happy about all the Jedi who died on Malachor 5. Maybe it felt like you lost family there, but I doubt it.
We had to be stopped.
I know. I saw the worlds they left behind them during the war. That kind of stays with you. I haven't forgotten it. What happened at Malachor, they probably deserved it. Go ahead. It's all this I'd rather... Yeah. Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest. It's got a life to it. Yeah, what? Maybe one day? Alright. And when you...
Yeah, we need more influence.
Go ahead. I've killed people. I don't know. I haven't... I don't...
Yeah, we might need to, find a little bit more influence for her. It's a low hum from the droid and the sounds of circuits sparking, restoring power throughout the droid system.
Diagnostic. HK-47 activated. Running checks through primary systems. Assessment. It appears I have suffered considerable damage and dismemberment. I can feel all the cracks in my motivators. And my central control cluster seems to have taken several repeated blaster shots at close range. How crude.
Look like a series of droids that have attacked me.
Oh, that is impossible, Master. If I were out to kill you, we would not be speaking. And regardless, I am a unique model. Why, to think that there would be other versions of me would be unacceptable.
There are at least 4 other now defunct versions of you in the galaxy.
Statement. Master, I must inform you that your attempts at humor are wasted on a droid such as I. As I have expressed, I am unique. Resignation. Very well, Master. If you persist in your attempts at humor, I shall indulge you. Let me check the ship's records, and we will settle this matter once and for all. Conclusion. You speak the truth. This discovery is also causing me some degree of anger and humiliation. Mockery. Am I all right? Oh, yes, Master. Why, I am fine. Statement. I've only just been reactivated, only to find that there are substandard duplicates of me running all over the galaxy, corroding my good name. But if they are in fact hunting you, then I look forward to the opportunity to meet these units and educate them in proper assassination protocols. Conclusion. So it seems I need you, for the time being.
Any idea what happened to you?
It seems you would know more than I. My memory centers are experiencing some setbacks. Reflection. Of course, for some reason that does not alarm me. I suspect I have suffered such repeated memory failures before. Still, the loss of my higher combat and assassination protocols is shameful and degrading. Answer. If by okay, you mean the loss of almost all my existing assassination protocols, then no, I am not okay. Furthermore, I seem to have no discretionary control over my vocabulator, causing me to reveal my true function as an assassin droid of unrivaled sophistication. Answer. I do not know, Master. It is curious that I was here, although this place does seem familiar. Extrapolation. Perhaps someone was already in the process of rebuilding me. It may be I was needed for some task. And the recitation. Yes, as I said, I am an assassin droid. It is my primary function to burn holes through meat bags that you wish removed from the galaxy. Master, oh, how I hate that term.
What, meatbag?
Answer. No, Master. I said it again.
Are you ready to serve me, droid?
Answer. Yes, Master. HK-47 is ready to serve.
Oh, snap, we leveled up. Oh, cool. We have a point level up. I don't know.
Yes. Have you come with questions? That crystal is bonded to you. Through you, it acquires its character and strength. And through it, your power is enhanced. Most interesting. Your crystal does not Is there something?
Alright. So we can remove the crystal. And we can let her retune it.
Yes. Have you come with questions? That crystal is bonded to... Most interesting. Your crystal does not perfectly reflect your... Is this...
Oh, I didn't assemble it. You have to both remove it and then assemble the new lightsaber. It was so dumb.
Yes. That crystal... Let me focus on the crystal for a moment. There. Now it is fully in tune with you again. Is there something else you wished? Does it matter? Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
Alright, then what were you?
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat? That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
I still wish to hear the story. Now, we've listened to this before, but...
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning.
But just,
of
we
knowledge,
can do this
guided
just to
walk
reinforce...
alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power. techniques within the Force against which there is no defense. I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness.
Okay.
Learn from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest for the future, for the Force. If it means so much to you, then this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
Alright. Oh, gritty. The video broke the mouse function, so I need to, I'm gonna need to restart the game. Yeah. Alright. Unfortunate.